starts at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. It's an NBA Tuesday night on ESPN and EA Sports as we get set for a matchup between the Houston Rockets and the Atlanta Hawks. As this one gets underway, what's the game plan here for the Rockets?
Has there ever been a more underappreciated player in his first few years as Al Horford? This guy, whether he plays center or power forward, he delivers. Atlanta has achieved, to me, much more than their talent should have delivered. And why? Al Horford has been there every night. Consistent, dependable, reliable, trustworthy. He can score, rebound, and he guards. Al Horford, follow him, watch him. He's a big-time player.
It's good. A two-pointer. He's averaging 18 points per game this season.
So many good point guards in the NBA, Jeff. So guys like Ty Lawson sometimes get overshadowed, but he is a superb player.
Mike, the push of the basketball by Ty Lawson, the end-to-end speed is incredible to watch on a nightly basis. The energy he plays with, and when he is attacking in that transition game, it is hard to deal with. He can finish, he can shoot it, and he's a terrific passer in the open floor. I love watching this young man play.
Oh, nice fadeaway. Won't go, the two-pointer.
We're seeing some outstanding defensive work, forcing the offensive team into late shot clock shots, which are very low percentage.
Ariza's trying for position in the paint. Lawson shot blocked. Draws the foul. It's called against Horford. And Ty Lawson will go to the line with under a minute and a half to go here in the first.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
So many good point guards in the league right now around the NBA. Where's Ty Lawson stand amongst the elite?
Well, he's a one-man fast break, obviously. He pushes the ball hard. He's very unselfish. He's improved his shooting. Like, he might be the guy who can continue to make the growth into that great player.
Oh, he misses the second free throw. He goes 1 for 2. The screen is set. Gets past the defense. Nice. And Jeff Teague with the bucket. He's averaging 15 points per game this season. Lawson against Teague. Harden for 2, lets it go. And James Harden with a nice play. Teague against Lawson. Millsap knocks it down for 2.
Now, when you see these type of plays in slow motion, only then do you realize how graceful and athletic they are.
Lawson into the front court. Wide open for 3. Ariza's first shot off the mark.
Hey, they may have missed that shot, but that's the type of execution in the first half that sets a great tone going forward.
Teague on the drive. Wide open for 3. Nails it from downtown.
Nice follow through on that shot. Gets the 3 to drop.
Lawson brings it across. 3-point attempt. Bang! Hits from downtown.
For 3. The assist from
Teague against Lawson. It'll count if it goes. First quarter comes to an end. Houston's up by 2. We'll be right back with more NBA basketball here on ESPN after the break. It's going to be difficult for the Hawks to duplicate last year, Jeff. 60 wins, everything just seemed to fit, but it's still a fun team to watch because they play so well together.
They sure do. Mike Budenholzer has done such an outstanding job in putting his team in position to play well off of each other. Now listen, losing DeMarre Carroll has hurt them, no doubt, but they still have a formidable team. led by Jeff Teague and their front line of Paul Millsap and Al Horford.
Jones is trying for low post position. That's a 2, and it's a 4-point lead for the Rockets.
Terrific teamwork to start this game. They've done an incredible job of scoring on a consistent basis. Plenty of points in this matchup.
Teague against Lawson. Millsap forcing with time winding down. Puts it in. Paul Millsap with 7 points.
Big time corner 3 right there.
Jeff, Rocket fans want to know, could this be their year? When you have Dwight Howard and James Harden, anything is possible.
It is. Listen, they are a dynamic offensive team. They are hard to guard. Their improvement and their chance to win a championship will be tied directly to their defensive improvement.
Lawson on the drive. Knocks it down. A 2-pointer.
That's nice body control right there on that layup. Good finish.
Teague against Lawson. Blows past the defender. Teague on the drive. The layup, no good.
No paint game, no winning. You've got to get the ball at the basket, and then you've got to finish when you get it there.
Jones against Millsap. Goes to the goal. That's good for 2. 5-point lead for the Rockets.
Look, you can't give up layups like that. You got to protect the basket and the paint at all costs.
From 3-point land, bang.
Hey, sometimes good offense beats good defense. There's nothing to be ashamed with on that possession. That was a well-defended, well-contested shot.
Takes another shot. Nice touch at the basket.
2. The assist from number 12, Dwight Howard.
At the buzzer. And time expires here to end the first half. Houston's up by 4. Stay tuned for more Tuesday Night NBA presented by ESPN on EA Sports after this short break.
Welcome to the EA Sports Halftime Report, brought to you by yours truly, Jalen Rose. The Rockets will start the second half with a narrow lead, and they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Hawks aren't down by too much at the half, and they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. These are the guys getting buckets for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Field goal percentage.
For each of these squads, the common theme has been a disciplined approach on offense. That's the reason why you're seeing a nice field goal percentage on both sides of the ball. Smart shot selection is a key part of that fact. And now, of course, the first half stats.
Player of the half.
James Harden definitely made an impact in the first half. The way he performed in that opening half makes me excited to see what he'll do next. I'm sure the fans are feeling the exact same way.
Who was cold?
Jeff Teague hasn't had much luck getting into an offensive rhythm. Newsflash, You're not on fire. Pass the ball. And here we have a look at his stat line. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
The third quarter is about to get started. We give it back now to Mike.
In Houston, Texas for the second half. This is Mike Breen, and along with me is Jeff Van Gundy. Houston's got a slim lead as the third quarter gets underway. But, Jeff, this one's anyone's game right now.
It is very closely and hotly contested. I like how both teams are playing. They've just got to try to get a little bit more separation with some sound quality possessions.
Lets it go. It's good. Atlanta's shooting 53% from the field.
And this is what basketball is all about. Who wouldn't love the way this team has been moving and sharing the ball?
James Harden has become elite, one of the premier scorers in the NBA. You had it pegged years ago. You thought this guy had a chance to be special, Jeff, and he is.
He really is. And the reason is the ability to get to the free throw line, the ability to make every pass out of pick and rolls that the great point guards can make, and the three-point shooting ability. James Harden, unbelievable two-guard, the best two-guard in the NBA.
Knocks down the first one.
One of the teams really interested to see how they fare this year is the Atlanta Hawks, Jeff. This is an intriguing team.
I think what Coach Mike Budenholzer did with his team last year and having them play beautiful offensive basketball like the San Antonio Spurs, which he was a longtime assistant for, showed the promise of this team and this organization.
Ariza from downtown, plenty of room. It's good. Three-pointer. Trevor Ariza's 1 for 3 from 3 tonight.
Top of the key three, money.
Teague against Lawson. To the rim. No doubt about it. He hit him. It's called against Jones. And Jeff Teague will go to the line with under a minute and a half to go in the third quarter.
Hey, good offense is about getting the ball in your best players' hands in their best spots. And then all the great offensive players have a knack for drawing fouls. This great free throw shooter has earned his way to the charity stripe, and that's smart basketball.
Jeff, much of Atlanta's success last season, obviously the way they play team basketball, but the guy that made the team go was Jeff Teague.
Yeah, I think he's really improved. Think about it. A couple years back, he was on the trading block. And then they matched Milwaukee's small offer, and he signed back. And he's developed into a superstar.
Curling in to the basket. That's good. 1-point lead for the Hawks.
Sometimes the simplest plays are the hardest ones to execute. Good layup.
There's the pick. Gets past the defender. To the rim. The Rockets with the offensive rebound to keep it alive. Millsap fires, knocks it down. That's a two-pointer. And Paul Millsap with 11 points.
You want excitement? You want to see a game go back and forth where the lead changes often in a game. You have that here tonight. This is one fascinating game.
Horford the rebound. Teague against Lawson. Just on the way to the rim. And Jeff Teague with a nice shot for two. Harden jump shot. Ty Lawson with his 3rd assist of the night.
The assist from number 3, Ty Lawson.
Teague. And that'll do it. End of the 3rd quarter. We're all tied up. Stay with us for more NBA action after this short break. Three quarters done, and it's still tied. What a 4th quarter this might be, Jeff.
Yeah, both teams are just flying up and down the court, scoring the ball easily and consistently. Tie ball game. This is where it becomes who is going to make the one play that makes the difference, Mike. I can't wait to see who steps forward.
Is foul to number 6, Terrence Jones. That's his 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 1 for Atlanta. Now,
First free throw, perfect. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Atlanta's leading Houston by a score of 29-27. Harden jump shot. Nails the 3. Houston's 5 for 12 from long range.
We're seeing a lot of offensive energy on the floor for both of these teams with terrific ball movement.
Lets it fly. Nice finish around the rim. He's averaging 15 points per game this season. Fires from downtown. The Rockets with the offensive rebound for another possession. Off the mark from point-blank range.
You want to win in this league, you've got to convert your opportunities at the basket.
Teague against Lawson. Getting to the basket, a pretty Euro step. A minute and a half remaining in the 4th. The Rockets down by 3. Harden fires away from downtown. Won't go from outside the arc. James Harden's 4 for 10 from three-point territory.
1 minute remaining in the
Horford against Howard. For 2. Knocks it down. What a clutch play. Atlanta's leading Houston by a score of 33-32. Whistle sounds out of bounds. Blows past his man. The runner, he puts it in. Clutch shot.
And basketball's a game of runs. And this game has been no exception. It's been back and forth, and it's giving the fans the kind of up and down, back and forth action that keeps them interested.
Gets to it, puts it in. 1-point game.
That's as simple as it's going to get in this league. Layup.
Lawson against Teague. Takes the 3. Harden with the touch, puts it in. And Mike Budenholzer calls time as we wind down here in the 4th quarter.
You're down late in the game, 1-possession game. What you need to do is not waste time. You've got to catch it and attack the basket, and then take the first quality shot you get.
from three-point land. And time runs out. The final score is 37-35. For Jeff Van Gundy and our entire EA Sports crew, this is Mike Breen saying good night.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets emerged victorious after a tight finish. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Hawks finished on the losing end of a close score. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Field goal percentage.
Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring. And here we've got the game stats for you.
Player of the game.
James Harden punished the opposition with a great game here today. He couldn't be contained offensively, and he put on quite a show on his way to being the game leader in points. I think everyone would agree it's the way he scored the majority of his points that was the most impressive. And that's because he did it with three-pointers. He was quite a marksman today. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up on behalf of ESPN on EA.